Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to your social science class. Hope you are in good health and high spirits. Well, our today's topic is natural vegetation and wildlife. So here we go. Salima, a small girl of your age, was excited about the summer camp she was attending. She had gone to visit Manali in Himachal Pradesh along with her classmates. She recalled how surprised she was to see the changes in the landform and natural vegetation as the bus climbed higher and higher. The deep jungles of the foothills, comprising sal and teak, slowly disappeared. She could see tall trees with thin pointed leaves and cone-shaped canopies on the mountain slopes. She learned that those were coniferous trees. She noticed blooms of bright flowers on tall trees. These were the rhododendrons. From Manali, as she was traveling up to Rohtang Pass, she saw that the land was covered with short grass and snow in some places. Well, from Salima's observations, we surmise that there is a close relationship between height of land and the character of vegetations. Note the point. We came to know that there is a close relationship between height of land and the character of vegetations. With the change in height, the climate changes, and that changes the natural vegetation. With the change in height, as we go higher and higher, the climate changes, and that changes the natural vegetation. The growth of vegetation depends on temperature and moisture. This is the most important point that you have to know. I hope you to note it there. The growth of vegetation depends on temperature and moisture. It also depends on factors like slope and thickness of soil. Slope and thickness of soil also affects the growth of vegetation. But the most important thing is temperature and moisture. The type and thickness of normal vegetation varies from place to place. It changes, it varies from place to place because of the variation in these factors. Variation in temperature, variation in moisture, variation in thickness of soil, all these things affect the vegetation, growth of vegetation. Natural vegetation is generally classified into three broad categories. Natural vegetation is generally classified into three broad categories. These are A. Forests. The first category is forests, which grow where temperature and rainfall are plentiful to support a tree cover. Forests grow where temperature and rainfall are plentiful to support a tree cover. Depending upon these factors, dense and open forests are grown. Number 2, grasslands. Grasslands which grow in the region of moderate rain. You have grasslands in the regions where there is moderate rain. And the third type of vegetation is shrubs. Thorny shrubs and scrubs grow in the dry regions. You can see thorny shrubs and scrubs grow only in dry regions. They grow in a dry region. Salima was sharing her experience of Himalayan trip with her father. Her father visited various places in the world. He told Salima about his observations of the variety of vegetation in different parts of different continents. In different parts of the different continents, there are varieties of vegetation. Salima's father mentioned about coniferous forests in the subpolar regions. So you can understand, in subpolar regions we have coniferous forests. Thorny bushes in the deserts. In the deserts we have thorny bushes. Thick tropical hardwood forest in the humid regions, and many more. Salima realized that Himalayas have almost all variety of vegetation, which one can see while moving from the equator to the polar region. The changes in the type of natural vegetation occur mainly because of the change of climatic condition. We will get to know about different types of natural vegetation in the next video. So in today's class, we learned about the factors on which the growth of vegetation mostly depends, and the categories of natural vegetation. Now here's a question for you. Which are the two factors on which the growth of vegetation mostly depends? Well, can you answer this question? Yes. The two factors on which the growth of vegetation mostly depends are temperature and moisture. Very good. Temperature and moisture are the two most important factors on which the growth of vegetation depends. Question number 2 for you is, which are the three broad categories of the natural vegetation? Yes, answer to this question is, three broad categories of natural vegetation are: A. Forests, which grow where temperature and rainfall are plentiful to support a tree cover. Depending upon these factors, dense and open forests are grown. B. Grasslands, which grow in the region of moderate rain. And C. Shrubs, thorny shrubs and scrubs grow in the desert region. So these are the three categories of natural vegetation: forests, grasslands, and shrubs. So that's all for today. Thank you and goodbye.